Well, how exciting it is to be here today and talk to you about some of our incredible products. I can't tell you how exciting it is for me because I specialize in our Pharmanex line, and I talk to a lot of people who have no idea that we actually sell Pharmanex. We have a whole nutritional line of products, a lot more than just Lumi Spa and Mud Mask and toothpaste and, incredible health and wellness products. And, what a great time to talk about these and the importance of taking care of our bodies and our health. And hope everyone at home is exercising on a regular basis if your health permits, and getting good sleep and taking care of yourselves and reducing stress, whether it be through yoga and meditation. I mean, doing all that we can. I see two different kinds of people at this time. One is people that become more lazy and they they regret some of the habits they develop of just being lazy and not exercising, not eating properly, not taking the right supplementation. And then other people who are on the other line and they're taking better care of themselves, right? And they're trying to exercise and be consistent and make a plan and set goals. And that's what I think most distributors and leaders are, right? They're incredible people that are setting goals and making plans to be good. And so today I want to jump right in. I don't have a ton of time, but I'll try to give you all the cool selling tips that I have about some of these incredible, innovative health and wellness products. So before I jump into the products, the first slide here is just the background behind the quality of every product that we sell. The success process was invented in 1996, so many years ago, with the creation of Pharmanex. It now applies to our Pharmanex line and our new skin line, but it's about selecting just quality ingredients from the best sources around the globe. We have literally PhD scientists that go to the location of where ingredients are coming from to make sure that we can get the best sources. We have specifications, very strict specs that go into our raw ingredients and into our finished goods. So a whole long list of things, from making sure that pretty much all the good is in there. So what you see on the product label is what you get, but also making sure that all the bad is not there. So strict specifications on allowable levels, super minuscule amounts of different things like heavy metals and total bacteria, yeast and mold, making sure that our products are pure, that they're safe and they're effective. We standardize to active ingredients where applicable. This is very different because a lot of companies and a lot of products in the marketplace, they'll just have crushed up plant and put inside of a product and make the same claims that we do, because the claims are regulated around the globe. But do they really have those active components? Are they using the correct part of the plant and processing it in a very delicate manner to be able to have high levels of these active compounds inside of plants that provide us unique health benefits? Safety is a given, but if there's an ingredient that is effective and not safe, we won't even think about using it. And then number 6 is substantiation. We substantiate every single one of our products. So every product claim that we make on every product, whether it be Nu Skin or Pharmanex, we have sufficient and more than sufficient substantiation to be able to support and back up all of the product claims, whether it be through actual clinical studies that we do in-house or out of house, or if it's just making sure that we have the effective dose of different ingredients that go into our products. So that being said, our success process applies to our Reishi Max product. Reishi Max is one of my personal favorites. It's a product really designed to stimulate the proliferation of natural killer cells. And I'll try to explain what that means. I mean, these are certain type of cell that we have in our health and defense systems that provide an innate response. It's an immediate, non-specific response for just overall general health and wellness. And there are many Reishi products in the marketplace. Maybe an interesting story that you haven't heard before is that there was a researcher who actually studied our Reishi product and compared it against 5 other Reishi samples, because there's many Reishi in the marketplace. It's known from Eastern medicine or Chinese medicine, if you will, of how great it is, of just all the unique health benefits that it provides, that it just helps people, live better and with better health, and how it supports our defense system. So this researcher actually compared our product that's standardized to certain actives and has a crack spore technology to some other Reishi products in the marketplace. And what he found in these 2 different assays or tests that this researcher did is that ours was the best. And it was kind of no surprise to us, but what was interesting for us is that we didn't petition, we didn't ask this researcher to actually study our product. He went out and got our product on its own and compared it against some of the other products in the marketplace. And to us, it really is a testament of the quality of of not only this product, but everything else that we sell because of this success quality process, our Reishi Max is grown on what are called solid wood logs. It's a way to actually mimic how it grows in nature, but in a more controlled environment. We also select the red reishi. Now, there are many different colors and different varieties of the reishi mushroom that exist. The red reishi has been heavily scrutinized as the highest quality and the most scientifically studied form of the reishi mushroom. And so just two different examples there, in addition to how it is processed in a very delicate way to be able to concentrate the actives, is really what makes this product unique and different from other health and wellness products in the marketplace. So for our Reishi Max, there's actual multiple steps in the extraction process. Now, when we talk about an extraction, we're using different organic solvents to be able to extract or take out the active compounds that are found within this unique mushroom. So within the reishi mushroom, it actually has a lot of different compounds or ingredients or nutrients that are found within it. But we want to focus and concentrate the unique actives that provide cell-to-cell communication benefits and cell defense benefits inside the body. And so from the reishi mushroom that you grow it in this certain environment, you can extract the triterpenes that are kind of the cell protective like properties. And then from there, you can actually take another step and you extract out the polysaccharides. Now, the polysaccharides are the ones that help to kind of mimic a healthy response inside of the body to be able to fight off some of the foreign invaders that we're exposed to on a regular basis. And so when you combine these two things in addition to this unique cracked spore technology, and we actually verify it under a microscope, that's what you get with Reishi Max GLP. It's not just high in one or in another. When I look at the marketplace and I compare products, because I do that all the time, we try not to talk bad about the marketplace and what else is out there, because there is really a lot of good stuff. But when we compare, we really want to know, is ours the best? And I can tell you firsthand, ours really is the best in terms of the triterpenes, the polysaccharides, making sure that we have the right beta glucans, the right types of polysaccharides, not just other starches or other sugars that could be naturally found in the reishi mushroom. So very, very important details from a scientific standpoint. From a consumer standpoint, you don't have to remember all the details, just know that we have high levels of these actives in a very unique technology. So the Reishi Max, we actually standardize. And when we standardize, this is to make sure that you get consistent quality every time you take this product. Because if you take the Reishi Max, and it's a product that I take as well, a lot of people, they feel better. Their defense systems are ramped up and they're working more properly inside the body. I take it, for example, before I travel. I take it when I'm around a lot of people because it has a very nice protective response inside the body. But we standardize to these active levels every single time. So we actually get a certificate guaranteeing that we're going to have this minimum level of triterpenes and polysaccharides in addition to the cracked spores every single batch. So you get the same quality and the same results and the same effect every time you buy this product. Now, when we talk about these cracked spores, this is a very, very unique technology. So these spores are kind of like on the outside of the reishi mushroom. There are these protective parts of the reishi mushroom that help with proliferation, that help with sporing out additional reishi product in the future. But inside of these unique spores are also additional levels of these unique active ingredients, so the polysaccharides and triterpenes and others. And what we do is, under a microscope, we actually verify that these spores are all cracked. Because if you don't crack them, you're not releasing the additional level of these actives. So it's kind of like an additional booster to the already high level of benefits that you get from this product. Now, this is a very proprietary process that I can tell you that high pressure is used, and it is a technology that really kind of softens and breaks open these spores to give you that level of activity that you're not going to find in traditional reishi products out there. So like I said, this is an incredible product, one that I highly recommend. It's recommended for adults, and it's recommended to take it on a regular basis. So this isn't a product necessarily that you just need to take before you travel, or when you're around large groups, or when you feel kind of the onset of a cold or a flu coming on to be able to boost your natural defenses in the body. This is a product that you can take on a regular basis to be able to optimally support those defense systems that you have. Okay, so there's the Reishi Max. Let's switch gears and talk about AgeLock Youth, or AgeLock Y-Span. It has different names in different markets around the world, but this really is our most advanced anti-aging supplement ever. It was about 5 to 6 years of development that went into the creation of this product. It's based on our innovative gene expression insights. And now when I talk about gene expression, This isn't gene manipulation or DNA modification, if you will. It's not like we're we're transforming into Cyclops or Wolverine or changing our genes, right? We're not changing our genes. What we're doing is we've identified technology that actually changes how our genes behave, right? In other words, how active or how much expression they create in terms of genes. They produce proteins and enzymes. And with our unique technology, we can actually screen for ingredients and test them, and then be able to put a blend of ingredients that are able to mimic a more healthy, a more youthful gene expression profile in multiple tissues throughout the body. That's what gene expression science is all about, and it's about targeting the sources of aging. Number two, it's a blend of ingredients hard to get from diet alone. And then number three, it modulates what we call ADMs, or these mechanisms that we have in the body that work really well when we're young, but as we get older, they don't work as well. And so we need gene expression to optimally support these mechanisms to provide systemic benefits. Now, this is some incredible science that's kind of hard to explain. The visuals are worth a thousand words, right? But as you can see here, this is gene expression data that we have in the brain, in the muscle, and in the heart. And these are very important tissues in anti-aging research. And the fact that we have incredible gene expression data showing that it mimics healthy aging in the brain, in the muscle, in the heart is a really good indicator that this really is providing systemic benefits. So now if I could explain the heat map really quick, you can see the green column on the left. This is going to represent typical aging. So this is a nutritional model that we know serves as kind of a control of how aging happens normally, right? So there's no treatment, there's no protocol, it's just how we age and how your gene expression behaves with that pattern. The orange is going to be a particular nutritional model that we know and has been studied to improve the aging process. So this is a model of aging where we know can reduce a lot of the negative symptoms that happen with the aging process, that can improve aging in terms of just health span and use span and the way that we want to age. And so the orange is going to be ideal. We really want to have whatever orange gene expression patterns are, we want to have that inside of our bodies. And then red is going to be the AgeLock Youth. The only difference between AgeLock Youth and typical aging is the product. So they both had or were given this typical aging model. So that they were like the control, they're aging like we normally do, but the red group was given AgeLock Youth. And what was so fascinating about this research is that in all of these different tissues, you can see that between the red and the orange, the gene expression data is indistinguishable. So this is using software that actually clusters together similar gene expression patterns, and you can see that the green is very, very different, right? So normal aging is very different, but the youth and this healthy aging protocol are indistinguishable. So this data, I mean, when researchers look at this, they're like, where do I get my hands on this product? How can I mimic healthy gene expression? And we're talking about 2,000 to 3,000 plus genes in these various tissues that are being literally reversed in a positive direction to mimic a more healthy, youthful gene expression pattern. This is incredible stuff. So ADMs, these are mechanisms inside the body that are very technical, and I actually don't want to go into detail about a lot of them. We have tissue renewal, we have metabolism, we have antioxidants, we have detox and stress response. Inflammatory balance is one that I want to take just a little bit of time on here, because when we talk about inflammation in the body, it plays a role in our defense systems. And so when we're exposed to some kind of damage or some kind of foreign invader, we actually have an inflammatory response that is used to help fight off some of those foreign invaders to keep us healthy. But the problem with inflammation is that if it becomes chronic, so if the inflammation can't counter that foreign invader, if it misfires, if it keeps triggering like it really shouldn't, then that chronic inflammation becomes really this silent killer in the body that's just damaging and weakening our tissues and our cells and our organs. It's causing havoc on our different defense systems, on our different just health and wellness systems inside the body, and it accelerates the aging process. And so this chronic low-grade inflammation is very dangerous when it comes to how we can age and how we can age well. And I can tell you, this is part of the incredible science of being able to change gene expression to support a healthier inflammatory balance inside the body. And then DNA protection and repair. So these mechanisms are all being supported through gene expression, and the result is systemic benefits. brain, skin, cellular, metabolic, bone, physical performance, eye health, heart health, wellness, joint health. Maybe from my own experience, I'll tell you, I've noticed brain health benefits in terms of just focus and concentration. I've noticed physical performance benefits as well. You know, I've been exercising and going to the gym at home, right? I have my home gym in my basement, and I've noticed some differences there in terms of just overall energy and overall performance. Um, and I've noticed skin health benefits as well. My skin looks a lot younger and it looks a lot better. But for everyone else, maybe your benefit that you notice is a lot different. It might be, you know, heart health in terms of just blood pressure regulation or circulation or the other mechanistic benefits that are supported through this product. Maybe it's eye health and vision. Maybe it's overall wellness and just your defense systems. I mean, whatever the benefit is, these nutrients are really acting where they need to inside of the body to provide you those unique benefits. And so this is just an incredible product. I highly recommend. It's meant for adults, and this is one that you want to take on a regular basis as well. So let's switch gears and talk about G3 now. G3, it's a superfruit blend with lipocarotenes. Incredible product. This is one that's actually safe for the entire family. So for adults and kids alike, this is fantastic to boost antioxidant levels. It's scanner certified. One point I should mention about AgeLock Youth before I transition here, AgeLock Youth is also scanner certified, so you can actually measure the difference in terms of antioxidants with the scanner. Keeping in mind that antioxidant defense is just one of the mechanisms that's supported through AgeLock Youth, right? So we are measuring a part of the difference, even though the other difference is still happening inside the body. G3 features the GAC fruit. It also has Siberian pineapple, Chinese lycium, and silly fruit. But because of time, I do want to focus a little bit on the GAC because it is the featured fruit. In terms of concentration of these superfruits, GAC is there in the highest concentration. So it's not like we're watering down, you know, the most prized fruit that's in this juice. We actually use it in the highest level because of its unique properties. You can see the color of the GAC fruit. It's actually prized in Vietnam and in other Southeast Asian countries because of its unique nutrients. It's used in different weddings and celebrations, and it has a very dark, rich red color. I mean, it's so bright red, it's almost popping out of the screen there, but that red color, that's not painted on. It's the natural pigments from the beta carotene and the lycopene that are there in very, very high concentrations that provide this juice these unique carotenoid antioxidants without having to spike it. I can confirm to you today that we don't spike G3 with carotenoids. These are naturally occurring carotenoids in lipocarotene form that are naturally occurring from these different superfruits and some of the other fruit extracts that are added to this product. Lipocarotenes make a big difference, right? A lot of people ask me, well, if the whole goal is just to increase carotenoids, why don't I just eat a lot of tomatoes or a lot of carrots or a lot of pizza, right? It has some pasta sauce with some lycopene, maybe some corn, some different colored fruits and vegetables. And yes, those are all great ideas. But the problem is that our diets are very lacking in fruits and vegetables and in these important carotenoids based on the scientific literature. And so while it would be ideal for us to change our diets and increase these, even if we did so, the absorption is going to be very limited because these carotenoid antioxidants are the first line of defense, and they actually don't absorb very well. They're fat soluble, and so you need a little bit of healthy fat, ideally, to help better absorb some of these nutrients. And we have some of these healthy fat sources or fatty acids that are naturally found in a unique matrix in the GAC fruit, in the Siberian pineapple, that provide better absorption. And in the case of the beta carotene that's been studied, 40% greater absorption is incredible. Now, in the pharmaceutical world, if you can absorb something even 5%, even 10% better, it's an incredible breakthrough. The fact that you can see 40% greater on these bioactives is just, is more, I don't even have the words to describe what it is. It's incredible science. In addition to that, we can actually estimate what the scanner response should be with G3 based on the level of carotenoids. And it scores even over 50% better with these lipocarotenes in this unique format for better absorption. And so better absorption and bioavailability is huge because when you talk about what you are, everyone says it's what you eat. Well, I disagree. It's what you absorb. It's what you absorb and what you utilize inside the body. And that's why G3 is so unique from all of the other fruit juices that are out there in the marketplace. So who should take G3? It's great for those that want to increase fruits and vegetables. It's great for those that want to support their overall health and wellness systems inside the body. And it's also great and scanner certified to increase your antioxidant defense inside the body. I should mention this has a good concentration of vitamin C and these carotenoid antioxidants. And they do work together in a network to be able to provide optimal synergistic benefits inside the body. Now, tea green, and I'm moving kind of fast here because I'm talking about a lot of products, but I want to cover what I have here. So tea green, bear with me. I thought it would be fun to give you just a little bit of the science behind tea green and do it in a way that gives you a clear example of how we apply this 6S process to every single product. And tea green will be the example for the day. So tea green, we select only the highest quality green tea leaves. Now there's a lot of different leaves. You know, there's black tea, there's different kinds of teas. Green tea really is the most well studied. When you go to the scientific literature, even if you were to go to PubMed, you'll see that there's over 30,000 hits when you search green tea, because it's studied for so many different benefits in the body. And people have known this, you know, in China and in Eastern regions for a long time. And we're just starting to learn in the Western world how great, you know, green tea is for our health and our wellness and the antioxidants and the benefits that it provides and the cell protection. And so we only select hand-picked green tea leaves, and they're young leaves as well. When the green tea becomes too mature or too old, it actually loses the concentration of some of these active polyphenol antioxidants that it contains. Handpicked as well gives you an idea of how premium this green tea is. It's not just mowed up with some of the green tea and the leaves and the stems and other stuff that comes with it. This is a premium feel to only pick the highest quality green tea for every batch. Sourcing. Tea green actually comes primarily from the province of Zhejiang. I didn't pronounce that correctly, I know that, but yes, thank you. From there. So it comes from this region. And when you think about it, I know a lot of people are concerned about China and sourcing ingredients from China, but when it comes to green tea, this is a good example of where it really is the best quality stuff from around the world, right? Not all ingredients are the best quality there, but the green tea is, and that's one of the reasons why we actually get it from this region of the world. Specification. We have very strict specs that go into the raw ingredient and into the finished good. These are specs on things like heavy metals. Who wants a lot of mercury or lead or cadmium or other heavy metals? Who wants a lot of contaminants? Things like pesticides or other harsh bacteria, E. coli, Staphylococcus, Streptococcus. We have specifications on these things in addition to the finished good to make sure that the product is safe every single time. We also standardize every batch to 97% polyphenols. Now, if you think about this, this is actually incredible science because green tea has a lot of nutrients. When you think about all the different sugars or vitamins or compounds that are found naturally within the green tea plant, we really wanted to concentrate these antioxidants in it. And so 97% of what you get in every single capsule are polyphenols. That means that only 3% or less is actually other naturally occurring materials that are found in green tea. And so we really wanted to focus on these polyphenols and these catechins and EGCG because they're very powerful antioxidants inside the body. They provide some nice thermogenic effects, which helps with your metabolism. They also have some really powerful cell protection benefits. You think about the cells in your body. I mean, you have trillions of cells, and they're exposed to a number of different free radical hits on a regular basis. I mean, thousands and thousands and thousands of free radicals that are hitting every single one of your cells every single day. And these free radicals are a part of normal life, but in excess, right, from stress and anxiety and illness and infection, from poor diets, from a lack of sleep, from so many other causes, sometimes these free radicals can overwhelm the body. And they can cause what's called oxidative stress, which is another silent killer in the body that's really not good for aging well. And so we standardize to high levels of these antioxidants, which are really powerful scavengers of these different types of free radicals that we're exposed to on a daily basis. Safety. This is something that we believe in and we will continue to believe in because green tea is a great example where a lot of people believe that if something is good, then more is better. Well, more isn't always better, right? We have a safety limit that we recommend on green tea because we want to make sure that we're providing an effective dose based on the literature, but not too much to the point that it's going to be unsafe for our consumers. And so we've had a responsible limit of 1,200 milligrams of tea green plus other green tea supplements or green tea that you get in your diet. And we've had that limit on our product for a long, long, long time. just because we want to make sure that we're providing safe and quality sources of green tea. So just the dose recommendation, in addition to the studies and the specifications that going into making sure that it's a very pure green tea plant. And then last but not least is substantiation. Hundreds, I should change that to thousands. Thousands of studies validating just the health, the antioxidant, the thermogenic, the other unique benefits that green tea provides. And so this is just a key example of an incredible product. And what I should mention here is that if you were to put tea green on a shelf next to thousands of other green tea supplements, because there's a lot of green tea supplements in the marketplace, why would someone pick ours? Right? Why not pick a cheaper product on the marketplace that has green tea? Maybe it makes the same claims that we do, right? That it has antioxidants, that it protects your cells, that it has a thermogenic effect or helps with your metabolism. Well, what's the real difference there? And the difference you can tell your consumers is this 6S quality process, right? Not every product has the same level of actives. Not every product has the same level of purity. And this is what you get. This is the difference demonstrated with Pharmanex. We don't just talk the talk, we actually walk the walk, right? We can demonstrate the difference in our products here. So Tea Green 97, like I said, these benefits here: strong antioxidants, support cell protection from our DNA and other components, and then has a nice thermogenic effect as well. AI10, I'm moving fast here, but I'm getting close to the end. So we got AI10. It's a purified whey extract, and this is a product that I do believe in and that I do love. It's a passive supporting product of immune cell communication. Now, when I talk about cell-to-cell communication, we have all these different cell types inside the body that are helping to keep us healthy and safe. But the problem is that they need to work well only when they have good communication. And the example I always like to share, and I know I share it too much, but if you haven't heard it before, it's great. So just imagine back in the old days, you have a castle and a king and queen, and you have all these guards and knights and archers that are protecting the castle and the king and queen, right? You also have scouts, and these scouts, they're scouting the area round about to see, where are these invaders coming, where is an attack coming, so that they can warn, the knights and the archers and the guards to get ready and say, hey, do you know what? The attack is coming from this spot so that we can be ready. That same principle actually applies to the inside of our body and this product. This is a product that provides these small communication messengers that help to deliver the message to these different cell types that we have inside the body. White blood cells, we have natural killer cells, we have T cells, we have B cells, and they're in the thymus, they're in the bone marrow, they're in these different tissues. They're all kind of spread out on the body, and they need this communication to know where to go, to know where is the site of attack, so that they can create this coordinated defense system to work optimally inside the body. That is the genius behind AI10 and the importance of cell-to-cell communication. Now, AI10 stands for A is antigen. Now, antigen is kind of a foreign invader. I stands for infuse. So there's an infusion process into the cow's udders that creates this different response that causes some kind of transferred immunity, from which you can actually collect these small molecules that are derived from privately managed dairy herds and carefully controlled to avoid exposure to antibiotics and hormones, as you can see there. But it's from whey, it's very pure, it's very high quality, and we're concentrating these very small molecules. And these small molecules aid in cell-to-cell communication. Right, what are these molecules, you might ask? Well, we have cytokines, lactoferrin, lysozymes, defenses, memory transfer factors. If I were to list them all for you, we'd be talking about more than hundreds of different small molecules, but these are some of the main ones. And cytokines, along with others, are these messenger molecules, and they aid in that cell-to-cell communication to be able to communicate effective messages so that our health and defense systems can be ready. That's why it's an incredible, passive, incredible technology that I recommend, that I love, and I've seen a difference in my own life. And I can't tell you how many people I've talked to, not only in the US or in Canada, but in other markets, who are like, hey, where can I get my hands on this incredible product? Because it really does provide incredible results, and there are incredible testimonials of this. ProBio PCC, I believe this is my last one. This is an incredible product, and you might be wondering, why do we talk about ProBio when we talk about our health and defense systems? Isn't this just healthy bacteria for us? But when you think about our general system that we have inside the body to keep us safe and healthy, 70% of that system is actually our digestive tract. And what lines our digestive tract are going to be these healthy and unhealthy bacteria. Now, when we talk about bacteria, a lot of people think of them as all bad, right? All bacteria is harmful. But when you think about the science, and this is an emerging field, it's really about this balance. And it's about this ecosystem of all these different bacteria and virus and fungi and different components that actually live inside of us. In fact, I don't know if you guys know, but we actually have more bacteria inside of the human body than actual human cells. So believe it or not, we're more foreign than we are human. And so we want to make sure that we have a healthy balance of these very positive, beneficial bacteria inside the body. And that's why ProBio PCC is actually so incredible, is because we looked at the literature and looked at the different probiotic strains, and there's some good ones and some bad ones. But we wanted to make sure that ours was high quality, that it met the quality for what is going to make something different, what is going to make something actually colonize and provide unique health and defense benefits inside the body. This is just a little bit of background here. I kind of just briefly covered it, but we have a lot of different bacteria in the human body. We have over 1,000 different species of bacteria in a typical adult with a lot of variation, right? Your bacterial colonization is very different from mine based on your stress levels and your environment and your diet and where you live. And a lot of scientists can't agree on what is the best ratio of bacteria in the body, but what most scientists do agree on is that a variety of these healthy probiotics is super beneficial for our health. So these are the requirements, and I'm not going to go in depth about all these things, but just know that our probiotic strain called Lactobacillus fermentum PCC survives that harsh acidic environment of the stomach, right? The stomach is actually part of your defense system because if you have a foreign invader that comes in, you want to secrete a lot of acid to be able to kill it off. But there are certain bacteria that can actually fight through that are resilient enough, and our probiotic strain is just that. It's a very strong, resilient strain. It colonizes. There's data that's showing that it actually colonizes in the gut. If a probiotic just goes straight through you, it really doesn't do you any good. It has to colonize. In other words, stick to the side of this intestinal wall that we have to be able to secrete some of the compounds and provide some of the benefits that it does. Identity and concentration. What I'll mention here is that we have an effective dose even at the end of shelf life. So we have 2 billion colony-forming units at the end of shelf life, and this is a dose based on the clinical studies. I know there's a lot of products and people ask me all the time, well, what about this one that has 5 billion or 10 billion or 20 billion? And I tell people all the time, I don't care what the number is. I care if it's guaranteed at the end of shelf life because probiotics usually aren't very stable. And then number two, I care is this based on the actual clinical studies? So whatever dose that you're providing, are there clinical studies at that dose that show the benefit? And that's what we can guarantee to the world with our ProBio PCC. Our product also does come in this unique container. I think I showed it here earlier. Yeah, so it's in this plastic container, but it's a dual layer. So it's got this outside layer that protects against the environment very well, but inside, and you can't really see here from this picture, but it's got this inside layer that acts as kind of a natural desiccant. One of the unique things about this unique packaging is that it allows it not to need to be refrigerated until you open it. When you open the product, it is still best practice to refrigerate, but we have stability data for our product guaranteeing 2 billion colony forming units at the end of shelf life, even if you never refrigerate the product. And so that's what's so incredible about this unique packaging, keeping it stable, keeping a high concentration. Now, with this, I'll close here, and I know the team is going to talk about these packages and some of the deals behind them, but I just want to mention a little bit behind the science of why someone might want to take ProBio PCC with G3, which is one package, or why someone might want to take T-Green 97 with AI10, which is another package. And so ProBio PCC, you think about it, it's this healthy probiotic. It's this healthy bacteria that's going to support colonization inside the body. And when you think about these bacteria, they're competing for survival and they're competing for nutrient absorption as well. And so if you can have a healthier balance of this bacteria inside the body, you can potentially have better absorption of some of these premium high quality products that you take like G3, right? Which has already been enhanced with improved bioavailability using these lipocarotenes that has these carotenoids, that has this vitamin C. And so you can kind of see the complementary benefit of G3 in this juice with these unique antioxidants with supporting gut health and our health and defense systems. And the T-Green and AI10, you look over here, these maybe what I'll mention is that when it comes to our health and wellness systems, there are so many different parts to it. There are so many different cells to it. And while the AI-10 portion is really focused on cell-to-cell communication to be able to provide that defense in the body, the T-green is actually protecting those cells. It's kind of like that first line of defense against those free radical hits that are trying to cause oxidative stress and damage inside of the cells. And so it's kind of like you get this incredible combination with these different packages that we have to offer, which is why we're so proud of this company and the products that we sell. And I hope everyone gets a chance to try some of these incredible products and recommend it to your friends and your neighbors. And maybe I'll close with this in saying that a lot of people don't know what they miss out on in life in terms of their health until they actually start doing something about it and taking one of these products. They didn't realize. I talked to so many people who are like, wow, I didn't realize the benefits that I could receive. I didn't realize that I could feel healthier inside my body, or I didn't realize that I could, feel this way or have more energy, or whatever the product benefit is, until they actually take a product. And so a lot of people, they just kind of limp along in life without good nutrition from these incredible supplements until you recommend it to them. So don't be afraid to share with your friends and neighbors. So I think I'll close with that. Thank you so much, everybody.